Hey there, welcome back. Friends, today we will try to understand how we can read and write information on a cookie. So let's get started. Now friends, in here, if we check this very simple login page, the login page is submitting the information to this site controller servlet. And if we check this site controller servlet, then definitely we are setting the session, which is cool. But along with the session, this time way around, we will try to set some additional information, and this information would be the username. So let's check how we can do this. Alright, so in order to add a cookie, first of all, we need to create a cookie object. So let us do that, and that needs to be done before the redirection. Alright, so in here we will type in cookie c username. Now the reason why I am making use of this particular variable name, because username variable name is already available. So we will make use of c username, and we will type in new cookie, and the name of the cookie would be username, and value would be the value which we receive from our form. So it would be again username. Alright, so this looks good to me. Now once we create this object, adding the cookie is very simple. We simply need to send in a response. So in here we will type in response, and with response we will add in the cookie. So we will type in add cookie, and we will pass on the name of the cookie object, and our work is done. Alright, so now moving forward, we will navigate to this member area.jsp file, and let us try to read information. And the way is very simple. First of all, we will make use of a scriptlet, and inside the scriptlet, let us create two string variable. The name of the first string variable would be username, and the name of the second variable could be like session ID. Alright, now let us read the cookie. So first of all, when we read the cookie, we receive the cookie array. So let us create an object of cookie array. So it would be like cookies equal to request dot get cookies. Alright, so this is good. Now inside this array cookies, we have the list of cookie, and we need to retrieve the information. Now definitely we need to do what? We need to retrieve the information via a loop. So we would be adding a loop in here. But first of all, let us check whether the retrieved information is null or not. So in here we will type in if cookies is not equal to null. In that case only we will execute our for loop. Alright, so let us add in the for loop. So in here we will type in cookie colon cookies. Alright, and inside this iteration we need to check in every iteration whether we have found a specific cookie where the name is username first of all, and the name is session ID. Alright, so in here we will type in if cookie dot get name dot equals to username. In that case we will simply receive the information in our string variable. So in here we will type in username equals cookie dot get value. Alright, likewise we will do the same once again. This time we will type in if cookie dot get name dot equals, and this time the name would be session ID. And if you guys remember, in the web browser I have shown you what is the exact name of the session ID inside an object, and it's jsessionID. Alright, in this case we will receive the information, the value of the session ID inside the string variable session ID. So in here I will type in session ID equals cookie dot get value. Now friends, the values of these two cookies would be inside these two variables. So let us try to print these two variables real quick, and we will make use of expression element. Alright, so in here we will type in expression element, and firstly we will try to print what? We will try to print username, and let me copy this line of code and paste this once again, and the second time we will try to print in session ID. Here we go. Alright, so there are few more things which we will do, but first of all let us test whether our logic is working properly or not. So I will execute this login.jsp file, Here we go. Let me do one thing. Let me open this using Google Chrome. Here we go. And now we would be adding the username as StudyEasy, password as love, and we will click on submit. And there is a crash because we haven't initialized these two variables. So let us do that real quick. So in here we will initialize username with null first of all, and we will initialize session ID with null as well. Alright, and let me refresh this, and here is the output. Perfect. So we have this session ID, we also have the username. Perfect. And let me also show you the cookie real quick. So I will navigate to setting and I will open advanced. I will click on content setting. I will navigate to cookies and we will see all cookies and site data, and we will search for localhost, and here are the entries. Alright. Now in here, this is the name of the session ID. Now this name is generic. This will remain constant for every session ID set. The name value would be always jsessionID. Likewise, if we check, we have set this yet another cookie whose name is username, and the value is StudyEasy. Perfect. Alright, so we are able to set things properly. Let me minimize this, and now let us do some cosmetic changes. So in here we will type in username, and in here we will type in current session ID. Now friends, for every session the session ID is unique, so take a note of it, and let us also add in couple of BR tags. Alright, now friends, let's do the most important thing. Now currently this member area page can be visible for everyone. Now we will add a failsafe mechanism so that only the logged in user can visit this page, and the way is very simple. In here we will add in a condition. We will type in if session ID is equal to null or username is equal to null. In both these cases, we will redirect this page to the login page, and the way is very simple. We will send the response as response.send redirect, and we will redirect to login.jsp page. Alright, so this looks good. Alright, now directly let us execute this member area.jsp file. Here we go. Now friends, we are able to see a username and a session ID, and the reason is very simple. This information is already available in the browser, and even if we restart the web server, this information would be available. Now if I right click and click on the property, in fact Internet Explorer is being used inside this particular Eclipse IDE. Now in order to save some time, I will copy this URL and open up Google Chrome, and we will try to manually delete the session. And alright, so now currently there is no session. This is the reason why we were redirected to login page. Here we go. Now for example, I log in and enter the password as love maybe, and we click on submit. Then the session is set and we are able to see the member area. Now again, for example, I close this particular page and again visit Google Chrome and try to visit the page. Again, the session is auto destroyed, which is cool. Now auto destroying the session is one thing, but we can also implement a logic using which we can destroy the session. Now that is something which we will see in our later down the line videos, but as of now this is a good application where we have the fail-safe mechanism and where our application is working properly, and it is also authenticating the user, valid user, and then only allowing the people to visit the member area page. So this is cool. Alright, so we will check more things about session management, user management in our later down the line videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and take care.